Hello and welcome to my booktube. My name is Cassie and this channel is going to be mostly me talking about my favorite books of all time. As you can see, this is my lovely bookshelf here, which contains most of the books I plan to talk about. The first one in this series is my favorite book series of all time, The Black Witch Chronicles by Laurie Forest. These books changed my life forever. You can just see by the spine on book one how many times I've read it. Like, I've already had to bind the pages again. I had to use book glue and physically fix the spine. That's how many times I've read this one. This one, not as many times, but this one I've had the longest. So that's the book I've read the most. I am hoping to one day get the hardcover of this one, The Rebel Mages, but it has not been released yet. This was the most recent release, and I read it in less than 6 days, and it is over 800 pages. That's how much I love that one. So I'm still getting the hang of having a booktube here. I don't want to have too much talking. But I also don't want to just go nothing, I guess. So give me as much feedback as you can. If you love my channel, great. If you don't, oh well. So I'm going to pick one of these magnificent books here. See, this is book one of The Black Witch by Laurie Forest. I really love the cover design of this one, the feather with the trees. It's just gorgeous. So I'll open it up. And here is the plot summary. And I guess I can read it to you since some people may not be able to read it. A new Black Witch will rise. Her powers vast beyond imagining. Laurie Gardiner is the granddaughter of the last prophesied Black Witch, Canissa Gardiner, who drove back the enemy forces and saved the Garderian people during the Realm War. But while she is the absolute spitting image of her famous grandmother, Laurie is utterly devoid of power in a society that prizes magical ability above all else. When she is granted the opportunity to pursue her lifelong dream of becoming an apothecary, Laurie joins her brothers at the prestigious Verpax University to embrace a destiny of her own, free from the shadow of her grandmother's legacy. But she soon realizes that the university, which admits all manner of people, including the fire-wielding winged Ecoles, the sworn enemies of all Garderians, is a treacherous place for the granddaughter of the Black Witch. As evil looms on the horizon and the pressure to live up to her heritage builds, everything Laurie thought she knew will be challenged and torn away. Her best hope of survival may be among the most unlikely band of misfits, if only she can find the courage to trust those she's been taught to hate and fear. And that last sentence, if only she can find the courage to trust those she's been taught to hate and fear. That is why I love this series, this whole series. She has been taught one thing her whole life, to hate everybody in this university except the Garderians. And they're her best friends. They become her family. It's insanity. I love it. I love Laurie Forest. She's the best author in the world. Here is her image. She is such an amazing author. I have the pleasure of actually having a few conversations on Facebook with her. I hope to one day meet her in person. But she's honestly the most kindest, beautiful woman I have ever had the pleasure of speaking to. Ever. And look at, she's so beautiful. Anyways, this book, this 100 times increased my love of reading, and I just want to share it with all of you. So I'm not sure how interested this would make you, but I'm thinking on my page I might want to read a few passages from the book. Like I just read the plot summary. Maybe I can do more, maybe not. But we'll see. I don't really know if I want to show my face in these videos. Like, there might be people I actually know in real life watching, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. So that's why I'm kind of adding a few images here and there in this video, so it's not just the camera looking at a book. So yeah. So I guess I'll talk more about this, my favorite book series. So The Black Witch, that's book number 1. The Rebel Mages, this is the prequel, so it takes place before book number 1. And I have to say, I really love this one. And whenever I do a reread, I always start with this because I like doing chronological order. This one is mostly just some background information. It talks about Elrond's mother and her father and how they met and fell in love. There's actually 2 stories in this one. One is about them, and the other one is about a character named Sage who appears in the first Black Witch, and she leads Elrond on this new path that eventually helps her become a better version of herself. In this book, I honestly do really want to get it in hardcover so it matches up in lines with my other books. And like I said, it has 2 stories in it. The first one is One Fasted, so that one's the one about Elrond's parents. And this one's about one of Elrond's friends, Sage, which is Light Mage. So yeah, I'm not going to try to spoil them too much. I might here and there want to read a few chapters maybe. I'm still getting the hang of this booktube thing. So that's the prequel. And this is book number 2, The Iron Flower. I really love the design on this one too. Like this blue, this, like in this series, the species Gardnerians, which is what Elrond is, they have a really strict fashion code. Like they can only wear black and long dresses for the women. And this right here, this color, the blue, is one of their exceptions. So they allow you to wear this blue a little bit on like dresses maybe, but they're really strict about the colors, and that's one of the things Elrond, the main character, fights, I guess, when she learns the truth about her people and how bad they actually are. So yeah, this book's really good too. So that's book number 2. Book number 3 is The Shadow Wand. This one has more introductions of more people that we grow to love. I like this dragon. The Shadow Wand, it mentions in the title, is actually used by the main villain to do very bad things. So this mostly talks about the history. Like, it mentions the history of the Shadow Wand and how it's a bad tool for bad purposes. So that's that one. And the latest release that I only read in 6 days, and I am disappointed because I've read it twice now. Well, I'm not disappointed. I'm just really excited for the next book. And it's released like over a year after the last book. And I read the last book in like 6 days. So I had to wait quite a while. I'm still waiting for the next one. And it's Demon Tide. I would say this is my favorite so far. It has the most detail, the most information. And it's the biggest. My copy, I actually attempted to do some painting of the edges. It did not completely go as well as I hoped, but it is what it is. I can still read it, so. Yeah, so The Demon Tide, it's a very good book. I really love the detail. And there's this holiday that's based around love, so it's kind of like Valentine's Day. But it more affects their emotions and the love hormone. And the purple moon on the cover, like with the holiday, it affects people. It makes them want love more, like influence them to find love, like to approach the person you have a crush on, kind of thing. Yeah, so this one's my favorite so far. I am super excited for the next one, which comes out. Still not certain on a release date, but I can pre-order it on October 1st, which I'm excited about. And that one will have the painted edges. I do not have to paint myself and mess up my book. Something else about this book, which that is totally rockin', I don't know, is that I actually have a second copy of it. So that's why I was like fine with painting this one. But the second copy I got sent to me by the author, Laurie Forest, because I sent her some fan art that I made. I made her a painting. I'll include the picture in the video so you can see it. And she sent me this, and I am so stoked because what a kind gesture. Because I was just trying to show her my love for the series, and she sent me this freaking autograph book, which I will never open past this page. So, oh my god, I love it. I don't want it to just collect dust sitting on my bookshelf. I have it on display, but it's my most prized book. Like, honestly, if anyone ever tries to steal this from me, I'm gonna be like so pissed. But like, this is my book. This is my treasure. I am forever grateful to Laurie Forest for this treasure. Yeah, so that's my favorite book series. I will recap a little. So, The Demon Tide, book 4. Book 4. Yes, I have 2 copies again. Yep, you knew that. Book 3, The Shadow Wand. Very good book. Book 2, The Iron Flower. Still love the design. I'm hoping to one day maybe get a tattoo of all the cover designs together, kind of combined in a way. I love this one. The Rebel Mages, which is the prequel. And then book 1, which is honestly one of my most prized possessions as well, because I got it a few years ago when I was on a fan tour in school. And this book I just saw sitting in a bookstore, Indigo I believe it was, and honestly it just called to me and I just had to have it. And like, I've read it like 50 times. You can kind of see on the edges. But yeah, this is just my all-time favorite book, and I just wanted to share it with you. So yeah, I might do talking about multiple books. I might start having different, I don't know, series on my channel where I read from different books. So like, I could have one with all about the Black Witch. I could have one where another series I really love is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I might talk about that one quite a bit. And A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm also into Wings of Fire by T. Sutherland. Harry Potter, I have book 1 in the Slytherin edition. I would really love to read that. I've read Harry Potter, just not that one. A Song of Ice and Fire by George Martin. That is an incredible series. I read it in this past year. It took me like 6 months to read, 5 or 6 months to read them all. They are so detailed and I love it. And I got these dragon egg puzzles like years before I even decided to watch the show or read the books. And they just fit so together with my books now. Like, they're the perfect height. Like, yeah. So I might talk about that a bit in my channel. Sorry if I'm talking a little fast. So yeah, this is my bookshelf. I have some Avatar: The Last Airbender books there. Might talk about. I have House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas sitting on my bookshelf because I'm currently reading House of Earth and Blood. I might talk about those as well. Who knows? So this is my first booktube video. So yeah. And please enjoy watching, comment, like, subscribe, anything, baby. And again, my Black Witch books. So yeah. Have yourselves a great day, people.